What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with more of the Expedition of the Damned. This is our Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition campaign. We, of course, are the Expedition. I am joined by the full cast and crew today. And let's do some brief introductions before we get into the meat of the story we had ahead of us, because we left on a bit of a cliffhanger. And I'm sure we are all anxious to pick up where we left off. Let's start off with Pierce Galactic.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's been so long, it seems like. I'm so glad to be back. I play Wolfram Kistler, everybody's favorite character. I know this. A handgunner, a mighty shot, a killer from afar, and I think we're about to get our asses kicked though. So I'm trying to remember what happened, but I've seen someone that maybe from Forsaken.
With that kind of attitude.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. I'm not being positive. Praise Sigmar. Forgive me, Sigmar. All right. I'm gonna pass the mic.
Let's bring us down to Nate.
Hey everybody, Nate. I'll be playing Lucien Levesque, human duelist, wielding a rapier. Really eager to hear the recap from last session, and
yes,
thanks to Matt for filling in for me as I missed last session. Good to be back.
It's going to be fantastic. DB209.
Hello! I play the young, attractive, coming in at 5'10", Henry Berthold, blue eyes, white hair. Outside of Carroburg, across the Reich from those stinky Altdorfers, and I cannot wait to use the commander's sword and then never give it back to him because it's mine now. Finders keepers.
Finders keepers, of course, indeed. How about Jumbo Smooth?
Hello everyone, I am Jumbo Smooth. I'll be playing Luther Steinhauer. He is a 17-year-old bright wizard from Altdorf.
From Altdorf.
Yes, the city of splendor, the city of refinement. We don't need those smelly dog people from the north telling us how to act. So, but yeah, he's also attractive. Red hair, green eyes. Right. He's got a silver pendant that's melted on that he wears. And yeah, that's it. That's Luther.
And then last but not least, the mighty Dan Decker.
Oh, that's right. You all know who it is. It's Nog Throat Ripper. I'm a giant ogre, right? And I've got a big, large scimitar and a big old smashy hand. Basically, I'm the group's cook and medic.
And medic, sure.
And medic. Yeah.
We'll go with that.
And also, horror-bringing war smasher.
Horror-bringing war smasher.
Yeah, I like to eat goblins. Tasty goblins.
Indeed. Speaking of goblins, last we left off, the expedition, the crew of the expedition has found themselves within the goblin warrens of the Sand Sneakers. Through a series of unfortunate events, you have ended up in the oh-so-luxurious tunnels of the Gobos, the Night Gobos, full of fanatics crazed on fungal brew and poisoned-tipped arrows, to say the least. The last session, the crew fought their way out of a bit of a precarious situation between a series of trolls, including a troll-like hag, a river troll hag, on one side, and on the opposite side, a collection of night gobos, including several spinning fanatics, spinning like tops with these large, massive, spiked balls on chains that they were wielding like deadly devices of death and dismemberment. Through good luck and very, very powerful rolls and some good tactical thinking, you managed to slay the majority. Actually, I think you ended up killing every enemy, taking very minimal damage in the process as well, mostly due to the fact that Luther channeled his magic to the point that he was able to start lighting people on fire, and then it went south real quick, real fast for the opposition. As soon as the first one got lit, it started to snowball. Well, not really snowball because it's fire and burning death. It started to get very much out of hand, and the flames of vengeance were brought forth, melting many a Gabo soul as well as the trolls. I do believe Lucian, did Lucian get the killing blow on the, I think he did, on the troll hag, through a very good roll, managed to slay the troll hag with his rapier, despite her massive amounts of regeneration and magical abilities. Put her down for the count. After collecting some things, Luther, not metagaming, taking the necklace with human skulls on it and wearing it because he discovered that it blessed him with a ward save for ranged attacks. Took that into possession while the rest of you collected your things, did a little bit of healing, not that you needed it, and decided to venture forward after hopefully finding the Knight Commander. Following the burning trail of Gabos that Luther hunted down quite viciously through the corridors, using the trajectory that they were running away from him, you discovered another guarded doorway. Lucian and Henry decided to do their best sneaking maneuvers. Did okay. Managed to slay both Gabos with a little bit of noise. Burst inside of the door they were guarding to reveal a makeshift prison that had, cell block, we'll call it, that had been set up by the goblins to hold their captives. The first set of captives, after you slew the guards that were inside, were revealed to be none other than a collection of savage orcs, green skins with very primitive garments, mostly just loincloths, if wearing anything at all, and blue paint smeared across most of their body. They did look wounded and in while still imposing a less than pristine state, still looked quite dangerous, but they were seemingly held captive, despite them offering to assist you in your future slaying of Gabos. You decided to leave them in their cells, as you also discovered none other than the remainder of the Knight's Panther that you guys have been searching for, hidden away, tucked away in this cell, this other cell block, where the highest-ranking knight, known as Rudolf Gutenberg, a knight of some decent skill, but nothing fantastical. Henry knew this individual as well, and you decided to release the knights, as well as collect the unfortunate slayer whom you had left so long ago, as the mighty Cragbender, through a series of unfortunate events, has found himself broken in many ways. His ankle shattered inwards, unconscious, beaten, and crushed in several places, but still alive, was also being held in a cell door where Nog kind of stuffed him in a bag and took him with him. While you liberated the knights, you also discovered a cache of all of the armaments that were stripped off of their captives that the Sand Sneakers had taken, including the armaments of both Luther and Henry that were taken from them when they were held captive. Collecting all of your gear, the knights refitting themselves with their weapons and armor, Henry discovered the Knight Commander's weapon that was left with no Knight Commander, as it was revealed that he was taken through a different passage to what was described as a exchange, is basically what the knights had gathered. The sword in question may have had a bit of a tail spun about it, known as the Heretic's Pyre. Capable of it may in fact have magical qualities and be a weapon of renown within the Knights Panther itself. And Henry offered it to Rudolph, as he's the most senior knight here, said he wants to take it, and he said that he was, unfortunately, he just wasn't strong enough right now, and Henry would have to wield it for now until they could get it into the Knight Commander's hands. As Henry took the weapon, graciously, it's a two-handed Zweihander, very large. It's got a whole story behind it. We'll get into it at some point, I'm sure. We'll see. But regardless, you decided with your new reinforcements to look for the Knight Commander, trying to retrieve him in this final endeavor. Before you left, it was discussed by both Wolfram and Luther to literally burn the orcs alive that were left in their cages, which they did through a series of tinder and some hay that was gathered, and they proceeded to burn them alive inside of their cell block as you guys left. One of the lesser knights, probably even a squire, pointed out that it was unnoble to do so. Cowardly, they might have said. But then, I do believe Wolfram said, "We'll take this knife and go stab him if you want," and he walked away. Seeing that is probably not a good option either. Regardless of which honor was at stake, you guys did in fact burn a bunch of greenskin alive that may have come in good use, as it was revealed as you went further down the tunnel that there was in fact an exchange taking place as you made it to a very large cavernous tunnel system. Lucian and Henry, being the most stealthy of your group, went off separate from the rest of you, as Wolfram, Nog, and Luther stayed behind with what was left of the Knights Panther. There's about 20 men in rough shape, but they're trained soldiers, so they should be decent in a fight. Lucian and Henry discovered as they moved forward that the warlord Snoskit himself, accompanied by his giant cave squig, the Big Gobbler, with a contingent of night gobos and various other squigs, was making ready with an exchange of what appeared to be Gromriel ore, mined from more than likely from the raw Gromriel you had discovered down here in the depths. In addition, the Knight Commander was brought forward, as well as a collection of what can only be described as various darker magical implements, similar to what you had discovered on the River Troll Hag, possibly of a similar nature. And they were meeting with none other than Foul Ratman, the lead Ratman, a mighty gray seer by the name of Thrilk, riding a rather large rat ogre, walking on its two front, heavily muscled paws, almost like a gorilla-like, simian-like as it walked forward, riding on its back on like a palanquin that had been fastened to its back. There were several strange-looking blades and mechanical implements sticking out of the rat ogre's forearms. Some of them kind of sticking out of part of its like sides and back as well. The Grey Seer itself, white-furred, of course, a red eye and then a glowing, like crackling green eye, 4 curling horns. The mighty Thrilk with a warpstone staff let it be known that they were here for trade, and that the trade would henceforth commence. He also had in his accompaniment a collection of clan rats, probably a fair number of Skaven slaves, 2 more rat ogres, not as big as the one he is riding, which he described as Death Spinner, as well as a few, let's just call them pack masters to keep the more beasties in line. The lesser rat ogres were drawing a large bundled sack that was brought forward for the exchange, and one of the clan rats split it open, revealing a vast wealth of gold and jewels that spilled out onto the floor. An exchange was to take place. However, Lucien failed his stealth roll by 3 degrees. And in so doing, as Henry was like, oh shit, keep quiet. Lucien gave their position away in some way. And as he did, the Grey Seer Throke just stopped and kind of cocked his head and accused Snoskit of treachery. And as he did, he ordered Death Spinner to charge forth and slay all the green things. And that's where we are picking up. So, as chaos is about to erupt, you guys have several options on how this is going to play out, depending on your goals that you have in mind. I am ready for a full-scale battle between the 3 groups here, if need be. It doesn't need to come to that. We will see how that goes. I have consulted the battle system that has been put into place with some of the other supplementary books that Fantasy Roleplay has put out. So I actually have a readout of how this would play out, how it will play out, assuming if that's the route we're going. If not, we will either be doing a skill challenge or some kind of combination of the both. So it's going to depend on your actions in this current moment, how this is going to go. So first off, Lucien and Henry. Chaos is erupting. You're not exactly sure what is about to take place, but you see the mighty rat ogre and the Skaven surge forward towards the Night Gobos, who were somewhat caught off guard for a moment, but then grin in their insanity and also charge forward, meeting them head on. As this takes place, you see that the Knight Commander he's in the middle. Yes. Both groups are charging forward. He is roused to wakefulness. He wasn't exactly unconscious to begin with. So he just kind of stumbles around, and it looks like he's going to attempt to flee or do something in this moment. But the 2 of you are the ones closest to the combat for now.
Yes.
So what are you guys going to do?
What was the distance between us and the rest of the group? Like 20 feet, maybe, I think?
It would be more than that. It would be,
okay.
You're looking at more than just a simple move action.
It's shouting distance, though. Like, I can shout back to them and they'll hear me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The way this place echoes. Now, will they hear you over the screams of death and battle that are about to take place? I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out. Henry's going to turn back to the rest of the party, and Gutenberg, the commander's down there, and he's going to start to stand up and essentially get ready to run down the hill.
Okay. All right. This is happening. We are initiating a 3-way war. Okay, so let me tell you the mechanics of how this is going to play out. Essentially, the way battles work in fantasy roleplay, because we have rules for this, is each army is designated an amount of power that you roll at the end of each round to decide how well they're doing in the battle, the same way you guys would do attack rolls. Like, you have to roll underneath the power level. For the sake of how this is going to play out, I will tell you the power level of each army in its current state, You guys can affect this through your initiative rolls and through what you decide to do. Currently, the expedition is sitting at a 30. That is much more than it should be because you have a spellcaster and you have a Nog. That raises your fighting capacity significantly. Otherwise, it would be much lower. The Sand Sneakers are at a 60. And the Also Lovable Skaven are at a 75. So power levels can fluctuate as this happens. Currently, you guys are not the focus of any ire, so you guys have the opportunity to dogpile one or attempt to do both, or you can attempt to blast in, grab the commander, and try to fend off as much as you can as you retreat. That's it depends on how you guys want to do this. But that's how the power levels work. So at the end of each round, I'm going to roll to see how many casualties essentially everybody suffers. You guys can affect the power level of the enemy or yourselves. You can boost your own power level depending on what you guys do in combat on your initiative turns. If you kill an enemy combatant, that is a -1 to their power level. If you kill an enemy leader, that is a -5 to the power level. If you kill the enemy general, it's a -20 to their power level. If you do something to boost your own morale, it raises your power level. It can raise it by 5 each time. You can affect the enemy, they can affect you, and at the end of the round, we will roll essentially like a 3-way fight between the 3 armies to see where we're at, depending on how that goes. I'm going to let one of you roll for the expedition. So, now that I know that's somewhat confusing, but it will be simpler as this plays out, I promise. This is the first time we're getting into a big battle like this. All right. So, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
That's respectable.
I got 11.
11 for Wolfram. All right.
8 for Henry.
8 for Henry.
It's a 7.
7 for Nog.
That's right.
What do I got for Luther?
4.
4 for Luther. That sounds about right for him. And Lucien?
5.
A 5. Oh, shit, that's not good, Lucien. 5 for Lucien. All right. So, let me roll for them real fast. Gobos are sitting at a 9. That's not good for you guys. And the Skaven are sitting at a 12. Everybody loves a good Skaven, don't they? All right. The Grayseer Thrilk. Kill slay all! As he points his gnarled finger forward, his staff glowing a light. The mighty Death Spinner raises its arms, and as it does, the blades begin to move and spin like whirligigs, as if made almost like a chainsaw is built into his arms, begin to spin up, slicing into some of its own flesh, some of its own blood flying outwards as it screams outwards and just begins rushing forward. It is going to try to carve a bloody path through the Gabo fanatics. As that happens, we also are going, well, they're focused on this right now. However, I will say Lucien and Henry. Lucien, since you didn't stand all the way up, even though you were somewhat not as sneaky, Henry standing up and screaming, for the knights, or whatever the hell he's doing right now. Lucien, you notice that there are several crouched figures rapidly approaching you, from your left side, which is where the ratmen had come from, further up the wall, as if perhaps there's a small sneaking party, you do see the glint of blades and the flashing light that's happening. As the Grey Seer is, like, you see him, like, gathering magic to himself. And Luther, you can tell that he is not being careful in his magical practice, as he is gathering massive amounts of magic to himself in a rapid succession, more than a normal human should be capable of, because he is not in fact a human, he is something else.
So can we see it, or do I just see winds gathering?
You see rapid winds flush, like rushing past you down into
so
the
I don't
cavern.
know what's happening, but okay,
Yeah,
I see winds. Okay.
Yeah, you definitely see that though.
Okay.
But Lucien, you do see that. So, as they sally forward, Death Spinner is going to slice through 4 of the fanatics in an instant. He just starts just like spinning around, slashing around. Kuroka's cackling the whole time atop, gathering magic to himself, which is going to decrease the power level of the Night Gobos for now, as they are getting just butchered en masse. Which will then bring me to Wolfram. You are next in initiative.
Okay, what's the biggest group of anything? Escape. What's the biggest?
It's chaos down below. Now, I should also mention that if the Knight Commander should die, you guys will suffer a general penalty, as if you lost a -20 to your morale. So the Knight Commander is down in the fray right now. It's hard to get a lock on him, Wolfram, but you see him down there as Gobos and whatnot are kind of like jumping across. You see him square off with a foul rat man that pulls like it has like a jagged, nasty looking, barely held together spear. It's kind of like pointing, like jabbing it at him a little bit. But you are free to do as you please, Wolfram.
Can I see that group of sneaky Skaven running towards Henry?
Yes, yeah. You guys. So they snuck down. So you guys are kind of up above. So just taking a few steps downwards to get a good view of the chaos that is unfolding. You look over towards your companions, both Lucien and Henry. Further down below, it would take you at least a move and probably a half to get down to where they're at. But you look past them. Maybe you're looking at probably 200 feet or so. You do see 3 of these rat men that think that they are sneaking towards Lucien and Henry, that have almost given it up at this point, and they're just kind of like charging towards them.
All right, I've got a handgun full of small shot I'd like to unload upon them.
Okay, what is the range on your handgun?
I think, let me check here.
I'm curious.
So I think the range is 50, but I have snipers, so I think that doubles the range. I'm going to have to double check that.
Okay, it's 50 yards or
50,
right?
So that's yards, I guess. Was that?
Yeah, it's 50 yards. That's 150 feet for us.
Yeah. So with sniper though, I think 200 feet would be within range.
Okay. Yeah. We will be talking about small shot, but I think this is with the sniper. This will be within somewhat range of it. But yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. Okay. Well, I've got 1 fortune point, so let's use it.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't see it. Rolls it on the thing, so I'm actually laughing.
Yeah. You don't want to use the 80? I mean,
I don't want to use the 80. I know it seems good, but I think I'm going to roll again, just this once.
Okay, go ahead and roll again.
Oh shit! I mean, that's only a 14, so that is.
Yeah.
That's 3 levels of 4 levels of success.
Okay.
And so that's going to be. Do the damage here. It's been a while since I've done this. Okay, 9. 13, 13 points damage.
13 wounds. Does this, it penetrates through armor, correct?
Hmm?
Yeah. All right. It's close. It's close, but not enough to take down the individuals. As you level the handgun, a blast of pellets break loose and scatter across the 3 sneaking Skaven. They fall back, bloody holes ripped across them. You see them kind of like tucked down, but then they all begin to rise once more. Not dead, but severely wounded.
Yeah.
Is that going to be it, Wolfram?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was.
Oh, actually, can I move forward a little bit?
You want to like begin to move downwards?
Yeah, I want to get closer range.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. That will then bring me to the sneakers. Snosket.
Boys, we can do this. Get him, Gobbler!
As the giant cave squid kind of, its giant mouth just opens up. You see a bunch of ratmen just as it surges forward. Jesus. And check real fast just to see what his weapon skill is. Gobbler manages to eat 5 Skaven in a single munch as his gargantuan titanic jaws open up. He is huge. He's not just large, he is huge. As it, and then you watch as some ratman as it crunches down, and just in a snapping of its jaws, you see like a tail fly out of its mouth as it begins to crunch down, and 5 Skaven have met a inglorious end, lowering their morale, their power for the foreseeable future. So they are down to that. They are down to this. Okay. So, with that is what the Sans sneakers are capable of right now. That will then bring me to who's next? Henry.
So, I'm going to run down the hill.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. As Henry begins to charge forward, what is your goal, Henry?
To get to the captain. Or the commander, I mean.
Yeah, the commander. You see Dieter Hellwig engaged in combat. He doesn't have a weapon, and he doesn't have any armor.
What a man.
There's a Skaven trying to like stab him just back and forth. He's in the middle of the fray.
Uh-huh.
You have 2 options. You
Yes.
can either attempt to fight your way to him,
Yes.
or you can give me a dodge roll and attempt to dodge your way through the combatants, and you will get there in a single turn if you do so.
Shit. My dodge is too low, though.
That's up to you.
I'm going to have to fight my way.
Okay.
It's too low to dodge.
So who would you like to engage? Would you like to attempt to engage with a Gobbo or with the Foul Ratman?
I guess whatever gets into my path of running down this hill is just going to get cut down.
Okay. I'll just roll a little d2.
So I don't
here.
know. I don't know who would jump out in front of me first.
It's gonna be apparently one of the clan rats.
All right.
Turns, man things, as he points towards you. He has just like a wooden shield, some some armor. It doesn't
Yeah.
look passable for a normal man, and a rusted, disgusting-looking sword that he wields.
All right. What? Oh, man.
What are you gonna do, Henry?
Ah,
What are you gonna do, Henry?
I'm thinking I have a fate point sitting here. I could just auto pass that dodge.
A resilience point will make it you automatically. If
All
you
right.
use a resilience point, yes.
I'll do that then.
Okay.
I'll use a resilience point to pass the dodge.
Whew. Excuse me. Okay, Henry. As you move forward, you begin to draw the blade, and as the creature lunges, very deftly, Henry spins on his heel, dodging a blow. As it just left, doesn't know where he's at. As Henry spins around him,
Still
like
running.
exactly. it's like Sunday Night Football here, or American football, I should say. As Henry spins around him and just keeps dodging in and out of this makeshift combat. You make it into the vicinity of the commander.
Yes.
Commander Helwig is there. His eyes go wide as he looks over.
Commander!
Henry, as he locks eyes with you, you see the little Skaven that's trying to stab him, and turns around and doesn't know what to do at this point as he spins on an actual threat, as he doesn't view
Don't
the
Skaven.
he doesn't view the somewhat defenseless human as much of a threat right now. And that's going to be the end of your turn, Henry.
All right.
All right, that will bring me to the mighty Nog.
That's right. So, if I understand correctly, hello there, we have the high ground. Is that right?
For now, yes.
Yeah, I understand that to be a good thing
Mhm.
from certain lore. All right. Okay. So, charging down the hill. Yeah. So we have the obviously magic man who's doing his little kami ha and powering up, and then we have the other commander. Right. There's an enemy commander who's pretty obvious. Is that right?
You have the warlord Snosket.
Yeah, Snosket. That's right.
Which you saw with the very large pointy hat. You've
Yeah,
ran into him once
that's
before.
Right, I like fancy
With
hats.
his massive his gigantic cave squid, the big gobbler.
Yeah.
As well as you see the leader of the foul ratmen appears to be a wizard of some kind, riding
that guy.
also extremely large rat ogre. With spinning blades for arms currently.
Oh, right. Okay.
You see them, as well as your own commander for now, who is currently being hopefully
overrun.
rescued
Yeah.
by Henry. We'll see.
Okay, so Henry's on the way there. I'm going to go for Mr. Rat Ogre Rider.
So you're going to attempt to attack the leader of the enemy army. I'm getting this right.
Is he the
That's up to you.
Is he the most largest threat appearing on the field?
That is the biggest thing. Yes.
That's what Nog would go for. He would
Okay.
go for the biggest thing, because he's the biggest
Nog
thing.
just-
There can only be one biggest thing. Yeah.
Nog runs down. You
A
smack
fresh
aside.
dual-wielding Nog.
Yeah. Nog just smacks aside like a night gobbo, just and just kind of knocked to the side.
Move, Snock! They're not gobos, they're Snocks.
As you watch the bone breaker, fucking rat ogre.
Mhm.
It's huge. It's much
Yeah.
bigger than you, Nog.
I don't think
It is. It is bigger than
so.
you.
Well, I
This
mean,
one
you
is
know how a
quite
dog
large.
doesn't think it's small.
Sure. Yeah. As you run up, and it just got done slicing through like 4 of the Goblo fanatics. You also see that one of the own Skaven got a little too close and just got puttied underneath one of its feet as it just
Yeah.
squishes it like a grape. It's like ah! The head pops, explodes everywhere.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But Nog, you run down there. Oi! As you look up towards the creature, it goes "Rrr," and just kind of like "Rrr," and then raises a gargantuan arm to swat you away. What are you gonna do, Nog?
Well, I mean, I ran in there to hit it.
So your Nog is gonna go on the offensive.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll, Nog.
All right. Here we go. This sounds like it may have been a terrible plan.
You don't get
Let's
any
find out what
bonuses because the creature's so big. You don't get any bonuses to dodge. However, since it is a size,
terrible.
since it's a size larger than you, you do get a +10 to this roll.
Okay, so so that would be like, oh, you mean a -10?
No, you get a +10 to your attack roll.
Okay. Well, I rolled an 86 under a 70.
Okay.
So.
I rolled very poor for the creature. It does not have a very good, it actually doesn't have a fantastic defensive skills.
Great.
So how many, was it just 1 degree of failure for you, Nog?
So yeah, if it's an 86 under an 80, if you get a 10 bonus.
Yeah, so technically just a failure.
Yeah.
It's still going to hit the creature. An 86 is going to hit. This is actually important because it does have like hide-like armor.
Yeah.
That is going to hit its left leg.
Good.
We'll say it's the back. It'll be because it has legs and technically arms, even though it walks on all fours most of the time. So you hit the back left leg as you kind of like swing in on its backside. How much damage is that going to be, Nog? Your base damage.
My base damage, which is
you are
strength.
currently of broken ribs.
Yeah.
Minus 30 to your strength score.
So that makes it a 30.
Yes. So 3 plus your weapon, whatever your weapon does.
I went in with my scimitar.
I think it's a 5, so I think that's 8 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It has 2 armor and a toughness of 6. So it takes a single wound as Nog, the mighty Nog, runs up and slashes into the thick hide. As you cut into it, you realize, oh shit,
that's pretty big, boy.
This is just flesh I just pierced. That's it. As you're like, oh,
lovely.
You pull back, you're like, oh. That's gonna be it for Nog.
He's mildly impressed.
Yeah, as the creature, its leg kind of like twinges for a moment, and that kind of looks back.
He realizes not that he may be in danger. He does not see this.
Okay, that's gonna be it for Nog then.
He's not very bad boy.
All right, that is gonna bring me then to Lucien.
All right. I think I'm gonna follow Henry's path.
Okay. Do you want to attempt to dodge your way to the commander, or do you want to fight your way to the commander?
I'm probably gonna try to engage the first creature in my path.
Let me roll another dice to see. It's going to be the same Skaven that Henry dodged the first time. So like, and it's
you trickster!
As it points up towards you, not realizing you're a different man thing. Lucien, as you charge down the hill towards it. Go ahead and make your attack, Lucien.
All right. That will be 5 degrees of success.
Yes. I got a critical failure on his defensive roll.
Hey, are those the same ones that
What was that?
Are those the same Skaven? Is that the same Skaven that Wolf wounded? The 3 that I wounded?
No, it's not. This is down in the actual like 4A. Okay, a 14 is going to be. It does have armor.
Mm-hmm.
And even does your weapon have armor piercing? Do you remember?
I don't believe so.
I don't think it does.
It has impale. It doesn't do any bonuses. Yeah.
Okay. All right. In that case, let me check real fast. An 18 is going to be the left arm. He does have a shield. He doesn't have a lot of armor though.
Hmm.
How much damage is that going to be?
That will be 11 wounds.
11 wounds. All right, he's still going to be up, heavily wounded. Let me roll on the critical, on the fumble, because he critically failed on his defensive roll. And his next action suffers a -10 penalty, as you lance down with your rapier, slicing in to the rat man's left arm, his shield arm. Doesn't get it up quite in time. It kind of nicks a little bit of the shield and slices through most of the bicep. You notice that the rats are, while they look somewhat imposing as it kind of like tries to puff itself up, it's still smaller than you, Lucian, and more lithe for sure. And you feel as you slice into it that it doesn't have the weight of a true man behind it. But because of that, it's able to somewhat move to the side and not take the full brunt of your blade. But wounded heavily. I'm assuming that's going to be it for Lucien.
Yep.
Okay. That is it for Lucien Levesque. That will then bring me, last but not least, to the mighty Luther Steinhardt.
So, did you roll for the knights?
The knights.
Their
I'm going to say
initiative?
that the knights are going to go on Henry's initiative. The knights are going to surge forward and beginning to try to fight their way to their commander.
Okay. So they're on their move too.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm kind of picturing us like on this kind of outcropping above this
Yes.
battle currently.
You're currently one of the only ones. You wouldn't. Well, Wolfram even moved away from you. You're kind of by yourself right now.
Yeah. Luther looks around. Sighs. I guess. Damn it.
What are you gonna do, Luther?
There's no knights around me?
No, they've all moved downwards. For the commander! As they charge down in their beaten state, still like.
I will. I guess I'll move down as well. Less gusto than the knights. Damn. And I'm just gonna be like kind of like trotting down the hill. I will. I'm gonna try a channel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try a channel. A little bit of magic. All right. That is 47 under 59, so it's a success.
Okay, you begin to. You're bringing in the wind of Shaish. Not Shaish.
Actually, yeah.
Actually, not Shaish. Shaish is death.
Yeah.
Actually, to you. All right, Luther.
That's pretty much what I'm moving up close to combat, I guess.
Okay. You're moving somewhat closer. Not engaged. We're not getting in there.
But yeah, exactly. I want to be
a little closer.
Knights around me, I don't want to be by myself.
Be a little close. All right.
Especially those assassins coming up my ass.
So are they on opposite ends of the room, like channeling each other now?
Well, Luther moved closer. You're not sure what the mighty Thrilk is going to do. Gracier Thrilk is still on top of Deathspinner, currently gathering vast resources to himself. We'll see how this goes. All right, I guess that's going to be it for Luther, which means it's the end of the round, and we are going to roll to see how morale holds up for the combatants involved. I need one of you to roll for the expedition. You have to, because you guys did not slay anyone, you do not get any negatives to the enemy army outside of what they've done to themselves. However, Henry did, in an act of courage, charged forth, and it was it bravery or was it foolhardiness? We won't know. Maybe shortly, as he very brashly maneuvered his way through the enemy, the two colliding forces here, and managed to take up residence next to the Knight Commander, which will give you guys a boost of 5 to this roll, meaning that whoever rolls, you need to get under a 35 for the expedition for it to be considered a success.
Who's feeling it?
All right, one of you, I don't care who it is.
You see the chart, bro. You got to do it.
Yeah. All right. What am I rolling?
Yeah, go for it.
D100.
D100.
You're looking for under a 35. You guys are not super great right now.
I failed.
That is a 85. That is very bad, in fact. Okay.
We don't feel so good about this.
All right. Well,
as long as we live, it's fine.
We're going to determine how many casualties we are about to suffer here. Let's see here. So the Skaven under Gracier Throke, from a clan that has not been revealed yet, so I have to remember to not say its name. They get, let's see, what are they currently at? They're currently at, they get 3 levels of success on their push. The Gobos, the Sand Sneakers, get 2 levels of failure. Unfortunately, you guys have 3 levels of failure here, so you're getting fucked pretty much no matter what in this 3-way standoff.
Oh, I don't like getting fucked in the 3-way.
Yeah, exactly. So
this is MMW.
As you
MWW.
As you push forward, the Skaven are going to vastly. Maybe it is because they got the initial charge off. Perhaps it's the awe-inspiring figure of their Grey Seer and the mighty best Death Spinner just cleaving a bloody path through the fanatics. But they are going to inflict heavy casualties on the Gobos, bringing them down significantly. So they are going to be reduced by 10 morale, which brings them to not so great. In retaliation, well, no, because they failed as well. So the Sand Sneakers take a bloody toll. In addition, as Nog has drawn the ire of the Grey Seer, he looks out and looks downwards and sees these man things charging downwards, and with a flick of his wrist, he like so, and a wave of crackling green and black electricity just carves a rend across the charging knights. 5 of them disintegrate in an instant, just turned to dust. Your morale is reduced by 5. It was just raised by 5, so you're back at a steady 30 for now. But it's not looking good. As he... Okay.
Those knights didn't have names, so they're okay.
They're fine. It's fine for now. It's fine, guys. It's fine.
If they don't have names, obviously they don't have families and children to be worried about.
Okay.
It's fine.
So right now, Gracier Thrilk is destroying everyone here. The Gobos have taken massive casualties. Snoss gets kind of like getting a little wild-eyed, even next to the big Gobla, while whatever these playful man things are that came to play are going to be but a small snack in the mouth of the mighty rat ogres. That's the end of the first round. So we're back at the top of the round. Let's see how this goes, guys. At this point, you guys have two options here. Option one, Henry, this will be for you. You can choose to attempt to defend the Knight Commander in his current position.
Yes.
If you manage to defend him
With my life.
for 2 rounds, you will reduce the enemy's morale by 10. Both enemies, while raising your own by 10. That's if you're capable of defending him for 2 rounds. He cannot die in the process.
That would be a shame.
Or you can attempt to flee with him
Yes.
to escape as quickly as possible. It will be a difficult task during giving the current state of the battlefield, but
Yes.
it is possible, depending on how all of your fellow expedition members act in the next round. We'll see how that goes. So, top of the round is Gracer Throke and his clan. As Throke just disintegrates several of the downcoming knights, he looks downwards and sees Nog just trying to slice into his favorite rat ogre.
Huh. They brought dumb oaf thing.
He says he smacks the rat ogre on the top of the head.
Ah! Slay, kill thing.
He goes and raises back with a giant arm with swirling blades on it, and is going
Lovely.
to try to strike downwards towards Nog.
Yeah.
Nog, because the creature is so much larger than you,
Right.
I'm going to suggest you attempt to dodge the blow,
yeah, gonna
because
dodge
if
that
you
shit.
if you try to block the blow, you are at a minus 20 to your block. Now it is
Yeah, no.
possible.
Yeah. I'd try to
throwing it
dodge.
out there.
Just gonna
Okay.
dodge.
Give me a dodge roll, and I want you. I'm going to show you my dice I just rolled after this.
Oh no!
It's never good when the DM wants to show you the dice.
I'm going to show you the dice I just rolled, and
That sucks.
Shit.
I'm dead. I'm just dead, guys. I've died. I'm just now died.
an 89,
That's it.
Nog.
That's terrible, yeah.
I rolled. Can you guys see it? Can you see my 11 I rolled?
Fuck you! Fuck you and your 11!
It's a
Go
critical.
straight
It's
to
a,
dice
it's a,
hell.
it's a
Game over,
critical,
man.
a critical
Yeah,
attack.
Dying
It
is
can't really
game.
be more critical than that.
It's a critical attack from
Go straight
Death's
to hell.
Death
Hey.
Spinner.
Maybe we'll hit you somewhere we have armor and you can, negate the crit.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen, guys. I think you
let's
just
see where
the
I'm
end
gonna
of
let's see where it
Throat
hits.
Ripper here.
It's a headshot, Nog.
Oh, That's not good. I've just lost
God.
my head. I've just lost. I'm dead.
Headshot. Let me
I'm accepting
be
my fate
painless.
right now.
go ahead and we can pull up the old critical table here.
How do you want to do this, Anthony? You should just.
I'm gonna roll the roll the critical table to see where it lands.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're having way too much fun with this.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Um.
Matt just put a lot of work into this for me.
Oh shit!
Ah, damn it. It's just
Wait.
a flesh wound.
I have to. It's not that bad. It's not. That
Oh, come on. Whatever. I don't
It's
believe
bad.
you.
It's bad, but it's not that bad.
Whatever.
As the blade slices downwards, Nog,
Yeah.
you try to dodge out of the way, but the blade's
Realize
spinning.
The folly of my
Yeah.
of my actions.
It slices down across your face. Which
Yeah.
eye would you like to take this wound on?
I may as well go with the one I can't use anyway in real life. Take out my right eye.
The right eye.
Yeah.
It slices across the forehead, and the
Okay.
right eye just clean. Just as
Metal.
I get myself a get
Um,
myself a nice scar.
you have what is considered a major eye wound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm familiar with what those mean.
You have a bleeding condition where your face has been split open.
Yeah.
and you have a blinded condition that cannot be removed until you receive medical attention.
Yeah. So I'm blind, like, completely.
You have one blinded condition because
Right,
it is
okay.
that eye is not functioning right now.
Yeah.
In addition to that, the damage you are going to take.
Uh-huh.
So, where are you? There you are. 10 plus. Nog, you're going to take 30 wounds as he slices across your head. A regular person would have died instantly.
Yes.
I may as well
For
have.
Nog, it is still a severe injury. You can negate this by your toughness bonus. It's still significant, I'm sure.
I mean, I have what? 4?
He doesn't have any fate points left.
Yeah, I have 4 toughness.
He uses it
Yes.
against the Hydra.
Yeah. So you're gonna take 26 wounds, Nog. So go ahead and reduce your wounds by 26
That leaves me at 7.
as he slices your Nog. Oh,
That's as much as Wolfram.
His Nog stumbles away, just a bloody mess of his face. Because he hit Nog, he's going to continue to surge forward, and he's going to begin slicing through enemy combatants and anybody nearby. So he's going to slice through a Gabo, a Skaven, and he gets to make an attack against Lucien Levesque. Since you guys are down in melee combat now, as you guys are just moving around, slicing.
So sorry,
and whatnot.
Lucien.
Oh no.
I need you to give me a dodge roll, Lucien.
You got this, Lucien.
There we go.
It needs to be good, Lucien.
Yeah.
The shortest session we will have ever played.
Very good.
Frickin'
How many success levels is that, Lucien?
That is.
Is that like 5?
I hope it's quite a bit.
It's 5. 5 levels.
5 levels of success. You tied. He got 5 levels of success. However, I always give it to you guys in the event of a tie.
That's amazing.
So Lucien barely skims by as he sees it coming, and it just slices the rat man he was fighting, just clean in two.
Actually, no, wait. It counts as an opposed test, right?
Yes.
It's a 6. It's 6 levels.
Okay, 6. Okay, yeah. Then no problem. Easily, you see it coming, and you're able to dodge underneath the gargantuan arm, the spinning blades all over it. After it sliced through Nog's face, you look over and see the mighty ogre holding his face together, as several combatants are just scattered, reducing the Gabo morale by a significant number. All right, that is going to be it for the Raddies for now. Wolfram, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm a little below Luther. He's coming down behind me. I
Yes.
can see that Henry and Lucien are up near the commander, and I assume that metagaming here, that we're trying to get him out of there. I just saw this big monster of a rat ogre just devastate, not including the Grey Seer who just disintegrated. So I'm going to hold my ground. I want to try and cover them, but I got to get some ammo in my gun. So unfortunately, I gotta try and reload.
Okay.
So let me see here. All right, that is
20.
5 levels of success.
That's more than enough. Yeah. So it's more than enough to reload.
perfect.
Wolfram slides down, begins to quickly reloads the handgun as quickly as he can, getting all the powder pushed in, getting ready to go. That will bring me.
Also, real quick, I made a mistake. The small shot does not penetrate. It doesn't have penetrating.
Okay.
So the last 3, they would have to take away whatever wounds. They would have had their armor deflect that thing. So
Okay.
they wouldn't have taken 13 wounds. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll make a note of that. It is now the Gobos, the fanatics. You watch as what's their current morale? I need to double check. It's not great, but it's not bad either. Snoskit is going to let loose the loonies as he calls out, and you watch as several of the Gobos in the back are force-fed large jugs of fungal brew. And you watch as, similar to what you've seen before, several of them are kind of pushed towards the center and begin to spin like a swirling top. This gargantuan metal spiked ball bigger than themselves, picking up momentum and swinging as they are unleashed upon the enemy army just haphazardly. All right, as they are unleashed, we're going to make several attacks. That one's going to destroy a rat man. That one misses. That one misses. Oh shit, that's not good. That one does hit. Yeah, that would hit. Okay, let me defend against him. No, he can't. He's not very good at defending. One of them does, in fact, nail the Death Spinner in one of his forepaws. But only a single Ratman is squished as people begin to give them space. A bunch of the Gobos kind of moving out of the way as well. Seeing the battle not quite turning his way, you watch as the Warlord Snoskit kind of like scowls from his kind of vantage point that he's taken on top of the big Gobbler. He looks back and says, "Get the arrows ready." And that is it for their turn. Not a whole lot of damage done. This isn't looking good. All right, that will then bring me to Henry.
How close is this rat ogre with the chainsaws?
With the buzzsaws?
Yeah.
Too close is the answer.
Exactly. I feel like he's too close.
It's so large that its sweeping arms are reaching, and as quickly as it can move, it can reach pretty much any part of this melee as it wants, relatively unimpeded. As you've watched it slice Nog open, you realize the damaging potential this creature might have, and
I can't dodge that.
Probably not.
So because of that, I feel like defending is no longer an option because he can any moment slice me in two. So I think we're gonna have to try to escape, and I don't know where I'm going. So my initial move would be to head back where I came from.
Okay.
Because I don't know a way out.
Let me put it like this. The way you entered was brash. I'm going to say, for thematic purposes, of course, that perhaps the Grey Seer and his mount are in between you and the way you came in.
Oh my god.
So your options, if you are fleeing, are either to cut your way through some of the Ratman, or try to cut your way through the Gobos.
And I mean, either way, I don't know where I'm going. I will take my chances with the struggling goblins.
The Gobos? Okay. You spin. The commander
Can I give him one of my weapons?
Yeah.
Would he be able to swing a sword?
You'll find
Or
out.
okay. I would give him a sword. I have
Kind of
a basic sword on
throw
me.
a sword to him. He grabs it. Sees you wielding his own weapon, but doesn't say anything for now.
No,
It's in the
because I'm
heat of
stronger
battle.
right now. He's weak.
Of course, yeah, sure. That's what we'll call it. As he takes just a simple long sword, grabs it by two hands, and falls in behind you, Henry. For now,
Yes.
You're gonna see Henry being like, "What?"
you're gonna try to slice your way through some Gobos.
Yep.
All right. You surge forward. One of the nearby fanatics kind of turning. It's all like half crazed and drunk, maybe. Go ahead and make an attack roll, Henry.
I need to stay away from the ogre. Rat ogre. Oh, that's close. So I get any bonuses?
I'll give you a charge bonus, plus
All
10.
right. So that is a success. Just one success.
I've got I have 1 degree of failure, so that is
Right.
definitely going to hit. And it is a chest. They don't wear armor, so it's not going to matter. How much damage is that going to be, Henry?
That will be, I believe, 9 because it is just a regular success. Yeah,
Okay.
9.
So 9 damage with the Zweihander.
Yes.
As you cleave downwards, you slice into the Agabo, and kind of like stumbles back at the wound on its chest. It's not dead. However, rushing past you, bumping past your shoulder, the commander surges forward
Oh.
and impales the Gabo like through its open mouth, just straight through, puts his foot on its face and like draws the sword back as it flies backwards, dead. Man, to me! As he like holds his sword up, trying to rally the troops at this point. And you begin to fight your way back towards the remaining knights. We'll see how that goes. That will bring me then to the not so mighty Nog. What would you like to do?
You
at this
shut
point,
your
Nog?
mouth, boy. You hear me? Listen, still mighty, always mighty. Okay, all right. Like so, boy. I see Henry over there rallying the Knight Commander. Because obviously this is kind of a love him and lead him rat ogre who's murdered me and moved on. I will do my best to go bolster Henry and the Knight Commander.
Okay.
Not that I'm scared of this thing.
Nog
or
is just
anything
like kind
that.
of like typing the way the blood kind of begins to slice his way through some of the opposition.
Gabos, right? The Gabos
Right.
in my
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and
you
give me an attack roll.
let's see how this goes. Come on, dice.
We'll attempt to dodge. You have a minus 10 because you have a blinded condition.
What about a 5? So that's
5
a
is
15.
definitely that is so is that
I rolled a 5.
yeah, but how many degrees of success is that, Nog? Is it
Under a 70. So
oh, Jesus, yes. Way more than enough. Yeah. It's a size smaller than you.
yeah.
That is, I can tell you right now. Just we don't even have to do the math. That's more than
Is he,
enough to
did I
evaporate.
pink mist him?
Yes. One of the gobos that kind of runs up and you.
Just in a blind way. I don't
cleave
even
straight
really
through
see
him.
him. He's just I'm just wiping shit out of my way.
Because
I don't even see him.
because you killed one, you can make
Yeah.
a second attack against another gobbo with the same
let's do
weapon.
that. Let's do that.
So we'll
That's
attempt
an
to dodge.
84 though. Under a 70. So that's one level of failure.
I have 2 degrees of failure on my dodge roll.
Makes a 1 hit then, right?
Yep. Which Nog, given the damage you're going to inflict, it also is dead instantly. They don't have a
Okay.
whole lot of hit points.
So but it has to be the same target if I want to dual wield, right?
No, but this is part of your death blow feature because they're a
Got it.
size smaller than you.
Got it. I
So
don't even have to go crazy.
what is your weapon skill? What is your weapon skill by itself?
The weapon skill by itself is a oh, and that is shit.
Just
So
the
weapon skill.
just the WS.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Why can't I find it? It's like a top tier, right?
It's one of the big ones.
Why can't I see it? I have my melee basic.
You're looking at melee basic. It uses that
It's 50.
Yeah.
50. So you can
Oh,
actually.
okay, character base, yeah.
So
Yeah,
his
yeah,
so
okay, I
his
got
his base weapon skill is 50.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. You can make, as long as you keep hitting and
Mhm.
killing, you can make
Mhm.
5 attacks with this. So that's
Okay.
2.
Let's make another then.
Okay.
Nog is it's a 45 under a 70.
Yeah, I got a critical 99 fail on this other dodge roll, slaying yet another gobbo.
All right.
Isn't he getting momentum? So this is actually
No,
45.
No, you do not. You can't gain momentum on this until the very end.
All
Okay.
right. So that's the third one. Here comes swing number 4.
Oh, man.
25.
Yeah, I rolled 2 degrees of failure.
All right. And then
That's
the
a fourth.
fifth roll. Here's the fifth one. A 37 under 70.
No, yeah, still not enough.
So
Nog cleaves his way, just slicing.
there are 5 less
Through-
gobos.
Through 5 of the fanatics as they are just cut down in an instant. As Nog barrels through, cutting a path towards Henry and the Knight Commander.
That's right.
Since you have dual wielder,
Mm-hmm.
you can make an attack with your offhand now if you'd like. Now, if you don't hit, you at this point you've gained 1 point of momentum.
Right.
If you don't hit, it's going to negate that point of momentum. That's up to you, though.
Right. So, and with that, I have to reverse the last roll I made, right?
Yes, which would put that at a 73.
3 plus a minus 20. So that's not going to do. I'll keep my momentum.
Okay. That's fair.
So I can just use that for the next round, right?
Yes. Yeah. So now you have 1 point of momentum now. All right. That's Nog's. I mean,
1 point of momentum, 5 less gobos.
He begins to carve a path, and the Gobbo's morale is rapidly dropping here as you guys are inflicting casualties on their numbers, letting the Skaven surge forward even greater than they were before.
Nog will never admit to having attacked the rat ogre, just so we all agree.
All right.
How'd you lose an eye? Nope, didn't lose an eye. Got 2 perfectly good eyes.
I forgot. With Henry, your fellow knights get to attempt to fight as well. We'll do this with. Well, I let the commander go, so we'll consider that his role since he killed somebody. All right. That will then bring us to Lucien. What are you going to do, Lucien?
So, I'm still engaged with that Skaven, unless that was the Skaven that got cut down by...
It was destroyed.
Okay.
In this mass scale combat, engagement's going to be loosey-goosey. A little bit.
I see. So, I have step aside.
Okay.
Which means I can dive up to 2 yards without being engaged with anybody.
Okay. I like it.
So I'm going to try to move to the outskirts
All right.
of the Skaven side of things as much as I can, keeping my eye on that ogre.
All right.
Seeing if I can kind of get a gauge on where Henry and the Lord Commander are.
Okay. I'll give you an option here because
Okay.
with that feature you can just do it. But if you would like, I will allow you to make a dodge roll to essentially bolster the morale of your faction, or you can go to the side without having to make a roll, and I will allow you to either make a let's see here, what would that be? Probably perception, to see if you can pick them out in the din of battle. Nog's huge, it's easy to see him. Henry and the commander, not so much, down in the chaos that is unfolding down below. You'd easily be able to see Luther, but that's up to you. However you want this to play out.
I think I'll try for the heroic dodge.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a dodge roll then.
That
5.
is 3 levels of success.
Yeah, I will say, Lucien, as you begin to move, you watch as Death Spinner flails around twice, 2 blows, swinging towards you, and in a feat of dexterity, and agility, not seen by many. Lucien Vesk, a man on his feet, is able to easily dance around both blows. The creature like smashing the ground, just shattering around him. And in so doing, you watch as the Grey Seer is like kind of jostled atop his mount as Lucien dodges to the side, perhaps dealing a little bit of shame to the Skaven faction in the process. All right, and rallying some of the knights. Okay. That will then bring me finally to, Luther. He's here.
Luther is here.
Luther is here.
So I can. Do I see the push towards a certain area? Like we're leaving a certain area? Or...
You would see Nog kind of like, and some of the knights trying to push through kind of the behind the Gobos, trying to form a wedge to get to Henry and the commander.
Okay.
With the Skaven pressing the advantage now at this point, as it looks like the Goblin leadership is almost on the verge of breaking.
Okay. I will try to make my way towards, I guess, where everyone else is.
Okay.
Did Wolfram move at all? Or did he stand still?
Did you want to move, Wolfram?
I did, but I didn't say I.
That's fine.
I want to. Okay.
You can move.
I want to move down closer. Still, I can have a little bit of elevation over watch if possible, but I'm getting down near the boys.
What's going to be, Luther?
I'm going to try to cast a spell.
Okay. What are you going to cast, Luther?
I'm going to cast
Ignite?
I think it is called Ignite. It is Ignite. I'm going to cast Ignite. We'll see.
Let's see how you do.
I did get channeling success towards it.
You did.
Reduces the
cost by 1.
The cost by 1. Here we go.
That seems promising.
It could be. In a memento. It's 37, or technically 37 out of 55. That's 1 level success, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to use a fortune point to make it 2.
Oh. There you go.
Otherwise, it would fail.
What happens?
Luther, observing the battle, seeing, I guess, I'm kind of picturing the Skaven overwhelming both the knights and the goblins. Is that accurate, you think, or?
It looks like they were pressing the Gobos, but the Gobos are breaking, so they're about to overflow all of you. Yes.
I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm going to try to target, I guess, the area where I think the Ratmen are pushing forward.
Okay.
Slave or a clan rat, whoever is the unlucky
Whoever it is.
rat.
Light on fire.
Yeah, he'll have 3 burning conditions.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh. Just one of them.
Yes. A clan rat kind of jumps up. Yes, man flesh for all. He instantly ignites. Begins rolling around. While the other Skaven are like,
He won't take damage till the end of turn.
Not yet, but still,
Yeah,
he's actively burning.
He is burning, yes. He's
trying to roll around.
fire.
Yes. Okay. We'll take that into account at the end of the round.
Nice to
All
hear
right.
at the end of the round.
It is the end. In fact,
That's
at the end of the round.
true.
So he's immediately going to start
Nice.
burning here. He is going to take 6.
D10 plus 3.
Yeah. So he's going to take nine wounds.
Ooh, ooh.
He's still alive, not by much though. He's burning, actively burning. Just like screaming outwards, running around, crazed. The other Skaven like, kill it! He's like being like stabbed towards it as it's burning. Yeah, we'll see how that goes in a minute. But
Okay.
there's that. Now, to calculate all of the points that just took place. All right, so that gives you guys an additional 5 for Lucian's heroics. The Sand Sneakers are not doing too good.
Killed a goblin.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I've got. Actually, you know what? Jesus, they're doing bad. In fact, they are barely above
About at
morale.
our level now.
You guys are almost at the same level as them now. They're like getting fucked over super hard. So we're gonna do some rolls. Who wants to roll for the expedition? You have to be under a 35. No one?
No,
I'll do
I
it.
still say it's Henry.
I think the muted Dan was trying to roll.
I mean,
Do it, Nog.
Go ahead
okay.
now. Why not?
Be a good one.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Oh,
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
let's
It's not.
go.
It's a success at least.
Yeah,
So there is
okay.
that.
Come on, we gotta take it when we can.
I
Yeah.
know.
I
I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
when
no,
you see,
yeah,
when you
that's
see
not bad,
the
that's not
ogre
bad.
missing an eye and he just doesn't stop, you're like, man, that's inspiring.
We lost 5 guys last time.
The Sand
Mhm.
Sneakers.
Right now we're taking it in the butt.
The Sand Sneakers.
With a smile.
I don't think we're smiling on this one.
-3 successes, so they have a -3
Nice.
success levels here.
Oh no.
The clan, though, the clan gets 4 degrees of success.
That's bullshit.
Ah,
I rolled a 20, and they have a 60 morale right now. So the clan is going to surge forward. Since you guys have a success level, I will allow you to negate one of the clan's success levels, bringing them down to 3. They are going to distribute the damage accordingly. So 10 of the Sand Sneakers are going to be deleted as Thrilk, mad with power at this point, cackling, begins to charge up a mighty spell. And as he does, he begins to pull magic to himself in such a way that Luther, you with magical sight, can see that lances of dark energy sprout from his fingertips. Only you can see this. The rest of them don't actually see it. Surge forward and pierce through 10 fanatics, and their essence is pulled from their bodies and summoned into his hands as he is powering his spell with their souls. As dark magic is being unfolded right now.
This guy
As he-
fucks.
He goes, ah! In addition, 5 of the knights also suffer the same fate, as 5 more of your dastardly knights are also pierced with this dark energy.
What about
So-
Rudolph?
Siphoned. Rudolph is still good. He's
Okay, we're fine then.
considered, he's up there for now.
He's got a name, so we're good.
Yes, he's named for now. 5 more of your unnamed
Rudy.
Knights Panther suffer a terrible end. You're down to the bottom of the barrel here. But currently, you and the Sand Sneakers have the same morale level now.
This is awesome.
All right, start pushing the Sand Sneakers down to the ground. We'll step over them.
Okay. That's it for the second round of this large-scale combat. Top of the round.
I'd like to use my fast shot talent.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a prayer to Sigmar and sight heartily upon this. I'm a poor man of the Empire. I don't know what Skaven is, but this goat-headed rat creature thing, and spend 1 resilience point to make the roll a 1.
Oh shit!
and do 6. I don't think I'm going to kill it, but if we can hurt him enough, perhaps we can drive him away. 16 wounds.
Okay. Since you used a resilience point, I will not allow him to use his leadership ability.
Ooh.
So it will hit him, of course.
Yeah.
16 wounds is significant damage. He's quite hardy.
I bet he is. But
As you take aim and you boom as he's cackling with power, one of his horns is shattered. Just shatters off his head.
Oh no! You pissed him
blood
off?
begins
That's
David
awesome.
Fulcrum, remember it.
as like and some of the like shards like slice into his face and his body. No! And as he does, he loses control of the spell that he was gathering.
That was my goal.
And as this is like end of days. What's about to happen here? As the spell begins to untether. You see him like grasping at it. Luther, you see him trying to grasp at the dark magic that he was funneling. And as he does so, Luther, you see in the magic a gigantic yellow eye opens up and just looks over the battlefield. You with non-magic sight can't see any of this. You just feel intense heat and radiance from somewhere up towards the top of the cavern. And as the eye opens, it kind of like shifts and moves across the field of battle, gazing at you 5 in particular, and then focusing on Luther, as almost as if he can see it. It's the tower looking back at him. And as he does, there is an explosion of heat and fire and dark energy. As it erupts outwards, there is a seismic event that happens within the cavern. You watch as the cavern above you begins to split, begins to shake and split and move in half, as a rent in the very ground itself is opened up. You watch him, no, please, as he's screaming out towards the other Skaven to break ranks. They quickly begin to drop their weapons and just begin dashing everywhere they can. Likewise, the Gobos are doing the same. As like one of them falls into the opening cavern. There is light that shines in from above as whatever's happened is opened up a crack all the way to the above, light shining downwards. Combat is officially over as we are entering into a skill challenge. That's where we're going to take our first break.